What's up, everybody? Happy September 8th. I hope you are getting through your post-Labor Day, long weekend, holiday malaise, or maybe you're just fired up, ready to go, and nice and relaxed after the long weekend. Either way, welcome. I am back. I'm pretty excited. I hope that you had a chance earlier in the stay-at-home orders and the pandemics and the self-isolation to check out our LinkedIn Live programming. I was trying to do it later towards August. It wasn't working, but I'm back. I've recommitted. I'm pretty excited because I'm sure there's nobody watching this live right now because I just did it at the last minute. But for the next couple of weeks, at least for the rest of September, I'm going to try to come at you 3 to 4 to maybe 5 days a week, right at noon for about 10 minutes. I'll be talking about sales skills, very focused on the selling process for small business owners, for entrepreneurs, solo consultants. If you are selling for a larger organization, yes, you're going to get a lot of great stuff as well. We're going to look at sales process, sales language, the mental game of selling, customer psychology, all kinds of fun stuff. But we're also going to talk about the mental game of selling as a small business owner and everything that you have to take into account when you are the main salesperson for your organization, as well as the main provider of services, as well as the person who's going to, make sure the bills get paid, make sure that you're doing the work, all that kind of stuff. And I think that a lot of the sales literature, a lot of the sales experts out there, it's great stuff if all you have to do is sit down at the beginning of the day and sell. But what happens when you have to, as I said, come into the office, check your email, maybe send out a proposal, send out some client work, maybe then do some client work, then maybe talk to your one assistant or employee, and then you're like, oh, now I got to do some prospecting, and then I have to go maybe eat some lunch. Right? There's just a lot. So I thought that a good thing to talk about today is something that I think often gets swept under the rug, which is your success as a salesperson, especially when you are responsible for so more than just the sales process, is really going to be determined a lot by your perspective, by the way that you view situations. And this was actually inspired by an article that I wrote for my blog post over the weekend. I think I can get the link to that if you want to go check it out. I think it'll work. Oop. Yep. Sorry, I thought there was something going on with some cabling there. Here we go. And it's right on the blog, davidjpfisher.com /blog is the one that was just posted. And it's called Self-Care is Other Care. And where I got the idea for this article was just thinking about the fact that Liam, who many of you have seen on various LinkedIn Lives, he's 14 months now. And I just realized that kind of like my approach to him or how I feel he's behaving is mostly determined by me, not him. And, if I'm refreshed, if I'm in a good mood, he can do something crazy, do something obnoxious. And it doesn't bother me. I'm just like, oh, okay, that's kind of funny. Haha. It doesn't like make me frustrated or upset. Compared to when I am tired or when it's been a long day. The example I use in the article is the difference between him eating breakfast and him eating dinner. At breakfast, much more patient. Why could and I view his behavior as much less frustrating. It's the same behavior that it will be at the dinner table, high chair. It's just that in the morning I've got energy, and at night he does the same things, whether it's throwing food or the food's everywhere. My patience is less. So I view his behavior as not conducive to the dinner process, right? And so what that made me realize is in those situations, it's not him. It's the same behavior on his part. is again, my ability to engage with him, my ability to view his behavior in a certain way is being just determined by, where my mental state is. And a big part of what drives our mental state is our self-care. Is it, as simple as just getting enough rest, exercise, all of these things that we're hearing a lot about right now, because 6 months into the self-isolation, the social distancing, staying at home, the mental health is becoming an issue. Like, people are getting tired, they're getting frustrated, they're getting depressed, they're getting lonely, angry. And why I mean, it's so important that we're looking at that, the topic in general. I think it also plays out into this idea of taking care of yourself, not in a selfish way, although I think there's, again, self-care is important just for you as a being, but also because it makes you a better salesperson. It makes you a better business person, because every time you engage with somebody right now, for example, who is stressed out, who might be dealing with all of the challenges and the tribulations of self-isolation and social distancing, your ability to view their behavior in a positive light is not actually determined by their actions often. It's how you feel. So if you can take care of that lens, you're going to do a better job, whether that is a prospect who's just not responding, whether that is a sales call that doesn't go like you want, or, I think it's even just a matter of being in that sales call and being present, having a sales conversation with someone where your emotional stability is a key component to its success. If a customer, for example, pushes back and gives you an objection, right? Or that's great, but it's a little too high of a price. Or you're talking to somebody, you thought everything was going well, and then they're like, well, I can't really make a decision. We've got to hold on budgeting right now. It's so easy for your brain to just go, ugh, and get frustrated when you're tired yourself, when you're exhausted, when you're just, at the end of your mental rope, so to speak. Instead of kind of the contrary situation would be if you are going into that conversation, you're rested, you're feeling good, you're feeling positive, that same objection comes at you, that same challenge. And instead of getting defensive, you're able to go, oh, okay, breathe in, breathe out. Let's work through it, right? That you're kind of, your emotional defenses don't get engaged. And so you're able to really just kind of sit there and have that conversation with the prospect in that moment. And I think all of this hopefully makes sense, but it's very easy especially, there's two problems that small business owners and solo consultants run into. Is one, that the entrepreneurial idea in the United States is very like go, 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 very hustle driven. And the sales culture is very go, go, go and hustle driven. So those two things just combine and just make a complete mess. Because then if you're a small business person who's trying to sell as well, it's just, you're like, oh, I've got to go, I've got to go, I've got to go. And, I've been coaching professionals for 15 years. And to this day, I'm still surprised that people think they can just work themselves out of the challenges that they face. Oh, this sales process isn't going well. Oh, I'm not being successful with my prospects. Oh, I've got a couple employees and, I'm just really stressed out by them. If I just work harder and take care of myself less, everything will be golden. And it just doesn't happen. Like there's this idea that if, we just work a little bit more, that solves all the problems. But that's rarely the case. I had a client I worked with who ended up building a really solid business. And in fact, selling it, having an exit, did pretty well for himself. And as he was building it, he actually started to hire a few salespeople. And he would get really frustrated with them sometimes. Because if you're a sales manager, you get frustrated with your salespeople. So he was like literally dealing with all of the normal stress of building a business. And then you'd have like 3 or 4 salespeople and you'd be like trying to like manage them. And okay, this one's doing okay, but this one's not. And it was really interesting because one of the things we worked on is if he'd get super, super frustrated with things in his business, like he had to take a day off. like usually be on the weekend. Eventually got to the point where we'd be like, I'm taking a Thursday off. And he would go home. He would watch some baseball. If it was that was the season was or basketball. He dug his sports. He would take a nap for a couple hours, like literally a couple hours, and he would just unplug because he was so used to not unplugging. He'd work all day, he'd come home, work on the business. There's a lot that has to happen to be a successful business owner. Totally get it. But he was able to unplug, and it was interesting as an outside observer, like how much better things would go the next week. None of the actions, none of the actors change. It's just his ability to actually view what was happening through a different lens. It was easier for him. It was less stressful. He enjoyed it more, but also he was able to find better answers and different answers because he wasn't just kind of getting tightened up. So the next couple of weeks, months, days, next year or two, however long this craziness goes on, I'm going to really encourage you to make sure that you are taking care of yourself, that you're making sure to do the self-care. Because as I say in the article, the self-care is the other care. You'll actually sell more when you take a nap sometimes, when you relax a little bit, when you spend time with friends or family. And I know that some of you will hear this and go, oh, that means I'm going to be slacking off and being lazy and all that kind of stuff. It's just not true. It's just this cultural concept that we've accepted as Americans. And what's interesting is we have an opportunity now to change how we're going to approach it. And I would make the argument that if you learn how to rest and take care of yourself, you're actually going to be more effective when you're working. Again, you're going to sell more, you're going to have more fun, be less stressed, and actually get better results. So that's my idea today, to make sure that you are taking care of yourself to get that success you want. I will be back this week at 12. I'm going to be coming with a tip or a topic every day. I'm actually pretty excited because one of the goals I have over the next couple of weeks is actually tap into my network of other amazing entrepreneurial and sales and marketing and networking and just all kinds of levels of experts. I've got a lot of great friends who really know their stuff. So we're going to try to do some interviews. We're going to open things up, do some video interviews. Again, the goal is to keep these quick, under 14 minutes, and we're right at that 14-minute mark. So I'm going to finish up and also say, if you are looking to improve your selling skills and you're a small business owner, solopreneur, freelancer, or the like, please check out our coaching group, the Selling Launchpad. It's at sellinglaunchpad.com. Would love to have you involved with that group. It's a great collection of professionals that support each other. We look at how to build each other's businesses, get feedback, all kinds of great stuff like that. And of course, I do a lot of sales coaching as well. So thank you very much. Have a wonderful day. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.